It's Welcome Friday, Football Friday, Bet Win Repeat, Football Friday, Picks and Parlays in the house. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Nick Earl's joining us. It's basically game time decision minus Tim.
Minus Tim, who lacks the heart and commitment.
He lacks the heart. He lacks the commitment on a daily. But, man, I just got off the phone with one of my pain in the asses. The other one's calling me. As soon as I go live, please hold. Caller number 1, you're on the air. Hi, Brianna. I'm on a show. I'm going to call you later. All right. Love you. Bye. Never fails, folks. Every time we would do game time decision, she calls. So whatever. Anyway, so Nick is here because he does have heart and commitment. So
no life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's that too. So we appreciate him stopping by. Go over a few things today. Primetime unders continue to just
nine in a row and 13 of 14 have gone under.
Unbelievable. And
also that beautiful hook yesterday. That beautiful hook.
Like
Panthers plus 3.5.
I saw people in the contest, and shout out to the people in the contest. I gave you an updated standings today. I also posted, which I will bring up here shortly, circa lines and stuff like that, and go over, the 5 or whatever, like we do every Friday kind of thing. I had a good Friday. I had a good week last week. I went 4-1. The Jets screwed me on Monday night, but how did you do? I think you had a good week too. Bless you, brother.
3-2. 3-2 last week. For contest on the Pub Sports Radio contest, 3-2. Started 3-0. Lost my last 2 plays because I started with the Chiefs
4-0 and lost my Jets play on Monday night for 5.
Started with the Chiefs, Vikings, and Browns. They all took care of business, and then ended with the Panthers and the Jets. So that was not fun. The last 2 games, but I mean, a winning week's a winning week.
Yeah,
I'm now 24-22 in the Pub Sports Radio contest. After the Panthers last night, that was the first time I played a Thursday night game all season.
It's not my first time, and I wanted to play the Bears last night. I thought about it, and the hook is what did it for me. So I'm like, nope. I go because I think the Bears win this game, like by a field goal, like type situation. I didn't bet this. I had a small bet on the first half Bears that I lost, minus 1.5. I thought maybe they'd get out early and then just fuck it away at the end, basically. But it's the only bet I had on it. I told people I wasn't going to stream that game because, well, I used it as an excuse, as Mandy as being in the hospital as an excuse. I just didn't want to watch that football game. I didn't.
I didn't either, but for whatever reason, I did. So
yeah. Instead, I watched my Red Wings disappoint me in overtime.
Mm-hmm. That was a different game for me. That was a different game for me.
Yeah,
the way I viewed
hard.
it.
It was hard, man. I was on the Wings in regulation.
I was on. I was on the Habs at 144. I took Canadians. I freaking love Cole Caulfield.
I told people on this show. I went into yesterday's show. I didn't have a bet, not one bet placed for the day, and I walked out of there. I walked out of that show about 10 units deep after capping some stuff with everybody in the chat. And I told everybody, I'm like, I'm really high on Montreal this year to do good things this year. So it's hard for me to bet against them when I think that, but I think it's a Red Wings get right. Starts on, man. I don't know. And it's all bad. So I don't know. Every time I bet the Red Wings, just tell me stop. Because sometimes I'm right. But sometimes I'm not.
Yeah, there was no chance I was laying any type of number with the Red Wings, especially that number. That was ridiculous how high that was. And that line dropped actually a little bit. So I had a couple that
told me not to take. I looked at that and I said, okay, I'm gonna take it regulation. And then it really with that line, what it told me was you should be laying this many.
No, I had the Wings. My numbers had the Wings around a minus 130 last night.
Yeah, it was like minus 170, 80.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. There was some really wrongly priced underdogs that came through for me last night. So I had Montreal at 144. I had the where was it? I had the Blackhawks at plus 212, and I had the Kraken at plus 199. So it was a really nice night last night overall. If only the Edmonton Oilers didn't have their heads up their ass, it would have been an even better night. Still one of the best nights I've had in a very, very long time. So I definitely can't complain. But goddamn Oilers.
Goddamn Oilers. Yeah. I had the Sharks plus 1.5 at plus 125. That was a nice cash. That was my probably biggest, like, I'll take the points. You can give me point. I don't care. Still an NHL team. Hey, maybe on a little bit of a streak now, 2-0. I mean, I don't want to say it out loud.
Now they get Vegas.
Now they get Vegas. And
yeah.
But I'm not laying all that for Vegas like for something. I don't know. But so here's my month in a nutshell. Okay, my month right now is month to date. I'm down almost 8 units, 7.75 off of 80 bets. Even I'm looking at it right now. But yesterday is basically me in a nutshell. Yesterday I lost 1 unit. I had 13 bets. I lost 1 unit. Like you know what I mean? I can't. I'm like in 1-1 hell, and it's killing me.
I have so far this month 170 bets, up 12.77 units. Yesterday was 15-6, up 10.
Nice. That's a nice month. I had a good previous month. October was really nice to me. And then November has been a little, I mean, listen, it's the 10th of November. I'm not panicking by any means. Terry Edelman gave us some picks yesterday, free picks, came on the show real quick and gave us Philip Hronek over 0.5 point, plus 115. If you guys didn't bet that, you should have. I did. It cashed. I put a half unit on it. It cashed. I also bet Vancouver. That cashed for me. No. I had Boston. I thought that was fishy, but I just did it anyway.
Yeah, I almost bet Boston because the Islanders, they just win as favorites and lose as dogs. So, I mean, that should be just the way to bet. That's the Islanders this year is when they're favorites, just bet them, and when they're dogs, just bet against them.
I put together a little 3-team parlay yesterday that was Boston and Winnipeg, which I bet individually, so cashed. But then I tried to fuck around and find out and make it a 3rd-team parlay, and I added the Kings, and the Kings fucked me at the end of the night.
Oh,
and
man.
Of course, I knew they were going to when it was the last game of the night.
If only you talked to me, because the Penguins were winning. I know. The Penguins. You know my thoughts on the Pittsburgh Penguins.
I know. But
I had 2 units on them last night. I had 2 units on them between the money line and the team total over. 1 each. I was big on the Penguins last night.
I should have just left it a 2-teamer because the Kings were the 3rd team I added. Yeah. And or I should have just went like Vancouver because I really liked Vancouver too. And then when Terry came in here and said he liked Vancouver, and I thought it was a really good price. I got it at minus 118. I thought that was a very good price for them. Then he came in with the Philip Hronek. He gave us another player prop. It didn't cash. No, yeah, he gave us that. That did not cash. That was the plus 750.
I remember that.
Or yeah, something like that. And then he gave us Matisse Maselli from the Arizona Coyotes.
That's the Blues.
I was on Arizona at plus money. Plus 100, just to be clear. It was like even money. So
yeah, my numbers had St. Louis around minus 135, 140 favorite last night. I bet him at minus 113.
So, well, that's that. What do we have pending today? This is not all pending today. That is no way. No, we have San Jose. I bet this last night. I bet San Jose plus 2.5 goals at plus 100.
I bet the under in that.
I don't want to be on this game, just to be clear. But
I bet the under. I think I was kind of looking at it because obviously, if you want to back Vegas tonight, you've got to get creative. Yeah. I found a way to get Vegas at minus 107, and it's a double result. First period 3-way line and money line. So if they're winning at the end of the first period, you now have a minus 107 on Vegas. That would be my lean if you're looking to back Vegas in this game, would be the double result with Vegas at minus 107, which at minus 107, that's still stupid. Like that's still not a price.
You still need two things to happen.
Yeah, their puck line is minus 190. Their first period puck line is minus 125.
Fuck all that. That's it. That's why I said I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna bet the
you know what I'm gonna hope
goals,
for,
and I'm gonna
hope
move on.
I'm gonna hope San Jose scores first.
Oh, and you still will have to live bet Vegas will still be minus money.
They'll probably still be minus 275, minus 300 if San Jose scores first.
I was gonna say 220.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then I'm probably just betting the over because here comes Vegas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have the under 6.5.
I just hope they lose this game 4-2. I don't give a shit.
I mean, San Jose team total under 1.5 plus 145. I mean,
under 1.5.
Under 1.5.
Oh, I can't go.
I would lean in that direction. I'm not betting it though. I just have the under 6.5 in that game.
So what did they? How many goals they scored yesterday?
3.
And that was against Edwin. That's bad Edmonton goalie, by the way. Although Vegas, it's been annoyingly. I don't know. They're all right. I just can't get right with them. So they don't score a lot of goals. They only scored 2 in that other win. Yeah. Best line I can find right now for Vegas money line. And how many people are going to have Vegas money line added to a parlay?
Plenty.
Yes.
Plenty.
Oh,
and it's the last game of the night too.
I thought you said Lenny. I was like, yes.
Plenty.
San Jose plus 425. Don't do it. I know. Let's talk college football real quick. Teasing Penn State and the over this weekend. I hate myself, but going to be no. You can't hate yourself. Okay, you're a stand-up man, unlike the whole football institution of the U of M. I hate myself, but going to Beaver Stadium with all the other crap going on, tough. Also Beaver Stadium, and they are Nittany Lions. It's just dumb. Okay.
I do have a play in that game. I did a free pick video for it last night, and I got a comment on that video already from Mr. Tate the Great here.
Trolling already.
His comment to my video there was, and I quote, boo. I'm on Penn State, +4, +165.
I'm getting +5 right now.
And I have a bet for what is the date for 15 days from now. All right, because I don't think this line's going to be existing when it comes around. Ohio State +6. Ohio State +6 against Michigan.
Where the fuck you get that
at? Bet online +6. I projected that line at a.
What day is that? Because I am going.
Saturday the 25th.
Okay.
Bet online, they have Ohio State +6.
On the 24th, there's a lot of action on that day. There's a lot of college football on a Friday. It must be Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah. That's what that is. Dang, FanDuel has it at +6 right now.
Yep. That's going to be a 3.5.
Hey, here's your discrepancy, folks. Barstool and DraftKings has shop your lines. Barstool and DraftKings have it at +2.5 at -110. +2.5. FanDuel and BetOnline have it at +6 at -110. Bet Rivers, I don't know if you're in Ohio, Bet Rivers has it at +6.5 at -110. Yeah. There's no way that line hits a 7.
I don't know. But yeah, and especially if Penn State wins this weekend. That line's going to drop. And There is no money line available.
Do,
there is no money line available yet for Ohio State in that game. If you like Ohio State money line for that game,
195 on Bet Rivers. If that's only in Ohio, or FanDuel has it right now at plus 188.
Oh, I can get plus 200 for it, kind of right now, in a different type of way. Because if I think Ohio State beats Michigan, the ultimate question I have to ask myself is, do they lose to Minnesota or Michigan State? The answer is no. They don't. Over 11.5 wins at plus 200 for the Ohio State. They need to beat Michigan State and Minnesota the next 2 weeks, and then I'd have a plus 200 money line on
them. Good luck, good luck, good luck.
I also want a little bit of Ohio State to win the national championship, along with Alabama and Oregon. Those are my 3 teams I'm looking at.
You know what I hate about this whole Michigan drama thing is that
it gives them an excuse?
No, it's that Michigan fans, when you talk to them or you hear Michigan, their announcements or from Jim Harbaugh and all the insiders, they don't say we didn't cheat. They didn't say we did cheat. They said, oh my God, Ohio State broke in and stole this information to show you guys, and they're the secret source of how they got this information. But you still cheated. How we got the information does not matter. I mean, it matters. It's a whole separate investigation.
Well, they got to throw somebody else under the bus, right?
Right, and that's fine. I get it. You're like, if we're going down, man, it's like, listen, that's how it works, folks. Like, listen, I mean, I get it. They all cheat, but you got caught. I don't know what to tell you. Man up. You can't tell me that Jim Harbaugh didn't know. I don't know. And it sucks for the players. That's because those guys are balling out, getting scholarships and doing all this. That shit will follow your stigma. What if they win the national title and then strip it from them this year? Or what if they don't allow them in? We'll find out soon. What's up, though, y'all? Need help with a parlay. Have the Sharks plus 3.5 goals at minus 270. Looking for another leg. Another leg to that is a perfect Vegas money line. There you go. There's your leg.
Yeah, Vegas money line. Tie that up with everything today, right?
Yeah, right. Tie it all up in a good fashion, thick, juicy bow. Brandon's here. What's up, Brad? Tony, how are you? I'm good.
Tony Riccatoni, how you doing, man?
I was gonna say it. What's good, Jesse Shule? I got something to share with you boys. Listen, it's not that kind of show, Jesse Shule. In the car driving, Sharks money line. Did you pull over to text that? The best college football trend in history is not Sabres. BYU 21-0 in night games since 2020.
Freaks come out at night.
The freaks come out at night. When's BYU playing? Not today, tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
We are talking football, I'm assuming.
Of course.
Nobody talked college basketball.
They are 8-point dogs against Iowa State.
Oh. I get 8.5 right now at DraftKings, folks.
My number for that game. Let's take a look what my spreadsheets say for that game here. Let me get a college football index. BYU.
Maybe a little sprinkle line.
I have that game. Whoa! How the hell did I miss that?
What up? What up?
I have that game at 4.5. How did I miss BYU?
Yep. All right. So we're jumping in. BYU. Let's go, Mormons.
Yeah, the Mormons come out at night. I don't know how I missed that.
Hey, the Mormons get freaky at night. Don't judge them. Hey. All right. Bet made. So do you sprinkle the money line even though they're a 4?
Of course.
Why not?
Of course.
Right? Got a half unit. I can get.
By the way, you're talking to somebody who, whenever they offer a money line, I put something on it. Like I bet Tulsa plus 23 tomorrow with a small sprinkle at 12-1. I have a 14-1 money line ticket. I have
And
a
you're at
750
home?
money line ticket, a 460 money line ticket, a 660 money line ticket. Like I just sprinkled them obviously, but like I mean that's how I was able to cash Georgia Tech plus 825 earlier in the year against Miami. Is I will take big money lines. So
Well,
yeah, I'm adding
I will
BYU.
take that.
I
I half
do not.
united the money line, and I full unit on the plus 8.5. Jesse,
I don't know how I missed that on my index for that game. So appreciate opening up my eyes on that one. BYU plus 8 and plus 270.
Let's go.
I'm putting. I just bet that, and I'm putting
Just
up
did it.
putting that up on my cap as we speak.
Bet Rivers is in Louisiana as also okay. That makes sense. At Tim Earl at night. Yes.
Freaks
yeah,
coming
21-0 in 3 years at night. 7 night games per year. I didn't think they played 21 games in 3 years. Yeah. 7 a year, Tim. What King NHL lose pick Detroit? Yeah, I know. This is Davis recapping my NHL night. Kings fucked me on a parlay, and the Red Wings lost to Montreal. Appreciate it.
I was on the opposite side of both.
Well, you and Davis could get in the same go fuck yourself car and drive in the same go fuck yourself lane to the same all the way up to go fuck yourself mountain and drive right the fuck off.
Love you too, Lenny.
Tim Earl, Reddit cannot be wrong. Reddit?
Reddit's never wrong.
Reddit? All right.
Now that you tell me Reddit, we're good. Yeah.
Now
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled
Lock
to be on
it in.
Now. Yeah, I'm glad it. Plus 8 and plus 270.
Football game of the year.
Puka's come out at night.
They like that. Vegas minus 510. What could possibly go wrong? I took the Sharks at even money at plus 100, plus 2.5 goals. So I'm not saying I'm not jumping on that money line. I'm just not fucking doing that. But I'm not betting on it. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. That's all. Everything else is just, I don't know, gets freaky at night. Timur, I am joking. Don't take it seriously. But I think it's funny. It's interesting. We bet it. I had the share button. You had it. What did you do with it?
So Golden Knights
minus golden share button. I'm just kidding. Thanks for sharing. Nick is all over the vampire trend.
Oh, I need to go look. I'm glad I went and looked at my index to see where I had that number at. So yeah, I wouldn't have been on BYU if I didn't.
Memphis Tigers college basketball. I don't have shit in that.
Let's take a look. Memphis against Mizzou. I have that game. I have math. I have Memphis as a 1-point favorite in that game, and they are 2-point dogs. When I typed it up yesterday, I did not bet it, but I would lean towards Memphis in this game. At 2.5, there's the value on them. I mean, there is value at the 2.5. I'm not going to bet it because I bet all my games the night before when it comes to college basketball, other than my money lines sprinkles. And I've already bet 16 games today.
Hit the thumbs up button like a damn adult. Thank you, Brad. We appreciate you. Do you like Wyoming or UNLV tonight? I lean UNLV, but did not bet it.
I am not on that game. I have that game at my price for that. My line was -4 for UNLV, and it is a -5.5. It says on my spreadsheet. I don't know if that line's moved.
I think
it's a -3 now. Wow, that line's dropped.
Yeah. So
it would be a lean towards UNLV at the 3. If you liked Wyoming, you missed your number.
Yeah, I think
at 3, it's UNLV or nada, and I'm not playing it. I only played. Wow, that's up to a 20. I only played SMU at -17 today.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm sitting on right now. It's just SMU today.
What's up, Behedity? Nice stop
What's
by.
good?
What's happening? Michigan -4. I'm afraid of that game. I ain't gonna lie, because Michigan's. I'm telling you guys,
We
all
are.
this drama with Michigan is just bulletin board material for them, and Jim Harbaugh is just pumping them fuckers up, and they're gonna come out and destroy everybody. And
I disagree with that here. And I broke this down on early plays to Pimp Slap on ESB, and I did a free pick video for this game last night. All right, so here's one of my for starters. My number for that game is a pick 'em. I have that game at a pick 'em. So I am on Penn State plus the points. I am on Penn State money line. Penn State has played in Maryland, in Ohio State, at home against Iowa, and they played West Virginia this year. 4 decently tough games. They won 3 of 4 of them. The only game they lost was at the Big House. All right. Let me know when you hear a team that is what you would call a decent opponent. All right. Let's try this.
That's terrible.
East Carolina, UNLV, Bowling Green, Rutgers, Nebraska, Minnesota, Indiana. Michigan State, Purdue. Are there any good teams on that list?
Not
other
one.
than maybe Rutgers? And that may be pushing it a little bit.
I mean, they're 6-3 overall, but I would say, did they play Iowa?
Rutgers?
No, they didn't play Iowa.
Rutgers?
No, Michigan.
No, they play them this week. Rutgers plays Iowa this week.
That'll determine. I think Iowa's better than Rutgers, but
and I gotta say, the way the committee has really decided the rankings, it is created a view for these teams to schedule nothing for non-conference games.
Yeah, because they just want to get into the college football playoffs. So that's where the money's at. So it doesn't matter if you're 12-0 against.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Or if you're 12-0 against Ohio State.
Yeah, so it's giving teams like Michigan and Ohio State and Georgia and all these top schools no incentive to schedule a ranked out of conference game. If you're in the Big Ten, you're not scheduling an SEC game in your non-conference schedule. If you're in the Big Ten, you're not scheduling Big 12 or SEC or you're not doing any of that because you're not, especially Big Ten or SEC or Pac-12 too should be in this discussion as well because you already are going to have a difficult schedule to begin with. So they've given you no incentive to make your out of conference schedule.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I worry though because Michigan's defense I think is legit. It's been legit for a couple of years, to be honest with you.
It has, but when you play bums, you're gonna have good defense.
You're gonna look like that. So we'll find out
when you schedule the cupcakes that you do. You look at Michigan's schedule, and you can go to the bakery with all the cupcakes they have.
I think Penn State though is like so. You got the 3 biggest teams in football, basically, and not just the Big Ten, but it's Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State. I think Penn State is a solid number 3. I think Ohio State is better than Michigan, and I hate that. But I think it's Ohio State. I think it goes Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State. This is probably not a game Michigan covers, but I think they win.
They can easily win this game by 3 on a field goal. Absolutely. And one thing we need to keep an eye out for with the Big Ten here is we hype up the Big Ten like it's one of the best conferences. And it's mainly because of those 3 teams, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. Here are the other teams in their league. The next best is Iowa, who can't score touchdowns. Rutgers, Maryland, Indiana, Michigan State, Wisconsin, Illinois, Northwestern, Purdue. Like, they're not great. It's just the 3 teams.
Right. It's really not. The rest of the Big Ten sucks.
Bad.
Like, there is a drop in competition.
High ceiling, very, very low floor.
Yeah, right. Stop says, I do have VGK team total over 4.5 at plus 105.
I would lean towards that under. What's
that?
What are they giving me? Can they give me a Vegas team total under?
Hi, gents. I see Davis continues.
4.5 points.
Davis is doing Davis things. Davis is all right. Chicago Bears push. Yep. If you got
not if you get the 3.5 of Carolina.
Exactly. Not if you got the 3. In fact, we're gonna bring up. Let me see if I can bring that up real quick. Talk some football as we go through some comments here.
I was gonna say it's you want to talk some contest picks here for. Yeah. I need to put in my contest picks, which unfortunately I played one on Thursday already, so I would have to pick another one for the Picks and Parlays one.
I don't add the Thursday night games.
I know that I played the Panthers.
I don't add the Thursday night or the
So I would have 4 plays from this list. Oops. Actually, I have 3 plays from this list because one of my contest picks at the moment is the Bills at 7. Bills -7 is one of my contest picks. I'm on the Vikings +2.5. The wrong team is favored in that matchup. Joshua Dobbs, I think, is fine, and I think the market's overreacting to it being Joshua Dobbs and not Kirk Cousins. I like the Cleveland Browns.
I like that pick real quick. I just think this for different reasons. I think the Saints are just fucking bad.
I faded the Saints last week too, and I cashed with them with the Bears, fading the Saints last week. But I'm gonna be fading them again this week, especially as Saints as a favorite to no thank you for me. There.
Right.
To answer one of the questions, no, JJ is not back. Justin Jefferson will not be back.
No.
I like the Browns to beat the Ravens this weekend outright. I will take the 6. I'll take the 6.5 of the contest though. Okay. I think that's a defensive battle, and I think that's just too many points for an AFC North matchup. I get it. Baltimore's looked fantastic. I'm really high on this Browns team still, and my numbers show value on the Browns. And cover yours for my third pick. It's the Chargers.
That's
Chargers. Okay. The wrong team's favored in this matchup, in my opinion. And the times we've seen the Lions step up in class, they lose. They step up in class
against. This is not stepping up in class.
Okay,
that's where we're different. I think they're about the same. So I don't think they're. It should be. I think a pick 'em. Honestly,
well, my bad. Compared to who they've beaten, yeah, and I'll give you credit. They beat the Chiefs week 1. Without Chris Jones, week 1 of the season, the banner raising night, all that fun jazz.
Right.
Here are the teams that the Detroit Lions have beat this year. Absolute powerhouses. The Atlanta Falcons, the Green Bay Packers, the Carolina Panthers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Las Vegas Raiders. When they play legitimate competition, the Seahawks beat them 37-31.
Yep.
And the Ravens kicked the ever-living shit out of them 38-6. I think that the Chargers are legitimate competition. Granted, you can make the argument for the Chargers as well. Their wins were against the Jets, Browns, Raiders, and Vikings. And when they step up in competition, they kind of struggle too. Their losses are to Miami, Tennessee, Dallas, and the Chiefs. So
I mean, we step up in competition. We beat the Chiefs. They lost to the Chiefs. I mean, they lost to Tennessee.
That was week 1, though. That was week 1. And the Chiefs' defense is a lot better right now because they have Chris Jones.
I mean, we're a victim, or not. I don't say a victim. We're unfortunately
a victim of a
weak
control
of our schedule. We've had easier competition.
So maybe that 6-2 record for the Lions is a little bit of fool's gold. Is what I'm kind of saying here.
I think they're pretty even.
I had that game at a pick 'em. I'll take 3 points with the Chargers in this spot. I love the Chargers. And I'm on the Browns and I'm on the Bills Monday night -7. I have them in a teaser with the Vikings at up to an 8.5 with the Vikings down to a 1.5 with the Bills. I would like to let me see. Is this 7 available?
I love
7. Yeah, I can get a 7 at 115. Yeah, I'm gonna bet that 7 too. I forgot to do that. I'm grabbing that 7 now. And I've already bet the Chargers and the Vikings for this weekend. Let's take a look here. With my other pick, what was the Browns at 6.5. With the other one I like there. So
see, I have the Lions. I bet weeks ago, but I have the Lions at +3. weeks ago. I bet that. Like I bet that on Friday, October 13th on DraftKings at 10:08 p.m. Probably drunk somewhere. Um, but that's all I really have on that. I'm not putting it in any contest or anything like that. I did also bet Seattle -4 a while ago, and Vegas plus 102.
Seattle, that looks like a nice spot for Seattle.
I like that Seattle bet.
Seattle coming in off of an absolute embarrassing loss to what is looking like the best spot. Or my bad, not the best spot. One of the best teams in football right now in the Ravens. I have that game at a 6.5, 7. So I think that line is about right for Seattle. But I also just moved on Cleveland at 6.5. I had that game at a 4.5. So see value on Cleveland there.
That's fair. I'm kind of I'm on some different. Listen, I like the this 3 is weird for the Lions. It is what it is. On that game, but I like the Niners. That might be a little surprising for some people. I like the Niners -3 with the Jags in Jacksonville.
I'm waiting for that line to hit 3.5. I'm going to grab Jacksonville.
Yeah, because I like that Debo's back this week. Because Debo does more than you think. I think defenses are going to double team either Kittle or obviously Christian McCaffrey. Debo back, he stretches the field. Now you let Christian McCaffrey chunk yard you or George Kittle chunk yard you. I like the Niners here. I don't give a shit if Brock Purdy is great or not. It's a system thing. They just need other pieces. And I like the Niners to get right here. There's no way. I just don't think they lose 4 games in a row. I don't
know.
I know, right?
Now. They are off of a bye. I'm if they give me the hook though with Jacksonville, I'm gonna grab the hook with Jacksonville in that game.
I don't hate that. I've not
been a Jacksonville guy this year. I'm not a Jacksonville guy. I've been dead wrong about the Jaguars. Right. But if they give me the hook with Jacksonville, I'm gonna have to grab
it. That's fair. I like the Raiders on Monday night. I think this coach or Sunday night. Yeah, I like the Raiders. That's another.
I have no interest in that side.
I just my thing is just that coach reminds me of like Dan Campbell for the Lions. He's trying to change the culture. He's a Raider guy. He's got them all hamped up, man. And listen, they might not be the most talented group, but they'll run through a fucking wall for him. So, and it's if
just give me the unders in that game and I'll move on.
Offense. It doesn't take much to stop the Jets' offense.
No, that's why I like the unders.
Yeah, exactly. And the Raiders, I mean, I don't know how to pick them. I think they just win a close game there.
I absolutely have no interest in that. I mean, it's a pick 'em. Yeah. If I could have gotten maybe +2 with the Raiders, that's a nice teaser piece.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Not at a pick though. Not at a pick.
100%. I kind of differ with you on the Bengals and the Ravens game though. I know this is going to be a defensive battle. I understand that. I just think that I like the Ravens at home. I think this is a divisional matchup that it's going to be a tough one anyway. It's going to be a defensive juggernaut. If you're looking for offensive power here, high scoring game, this isn't the one. But I think the Ravens defense is better than the Browns defense and maybe the best defense in football. But the Browns are probably a top 5 defense, maybe a top 3. So the Browns defense is actually pretty damn legit as well. But the Browns offense is not even close in comparison to what the Ravens can do offensively. They will run the ball. They will run the ball, and Lamar will do his shit. And I think they win. This is a plug your nose and hold it kind of 6.5. Because if it gets to 7, nope.
I mean, the Ravens who are blowing out teams only have to win by a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, I like this teaser in both ways. Give me the Browns plus almost 2 touchdowns. I am. And give me the Ravens and money line. I like that.
I did grab the Browns at 6.5 and plus 239 money line as well.
Okay. I like the Vikings. I have a question mark next to them. I also have a question mark next to the Bengals. Just because I'm waiting to see if Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are going to play. I know they're questionable, and that's the only reason that game is a play for me, depending on the injury report. So I'm waiting on that. I like the Vikings now that Justin Jefferson now that I know he's not playing, I kind of like him even more because everybody's going to jump on the fucking Saints. And it's sooner or later, the Vikings is just, I look at this thing and I know that everybody gives me shit about being teaser or whatever. I look at this and the first thing I saw was the Vikings plus a touchdown at home. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
and one thing I'm kind of looking at here, and I believe they still have to play each other twice this season. I think there are dumber future bets than taking the Vikings. I'm sorry, to win the North at plus 650. Something's flipped they've flipped the switch in Minnesota. They've won 4 in a row. They've looked pretty good. Now, granted, they would need to beat the Lions twice. They would need to beat the Lions both games. That is asking a lot. That is asking a lot.
As long as we're clear on that.
This, but the risk reward is there. Plus 650. The risk reward.
I said this on another show I followed. This Detroit sports channel called Woodward Sports Network. Whatever. Shout out to my guys over there. But it's just Detroit sports, right? And they're talking about the Lions and a big thing in our division. And I said to somebody, you have to keep winning. I know that sounds like a stupid, mansplaining something or it sounds so stupid to say, like the team that scores the most points is going to win. But you have to keep winning. You have to keep winning because the Vikings are going to keep winning. And the division's not over. It's week 10. Let's not start handing out fucking trophies. Okay, let's keep winning because if Minnesota does keep winning, we can't fuck around and find out. We cannot be very we can't be all complacent. We can't pretend like we already won the North. We got to battle every goddamn game, and that's the challenge that coaching staff is going to struggle with. That's kind of, I got 5 written down, and I don't really love my 5.
No, I hate this week.
I love the Niners. That's my best bet, probably. Honestly,
I feel gross that my final play of the week is laying a touchdown with Buffalo.
I think it's going to be dumb. It's going to be dumb, but probably for this contest, I can't win anything anyway on it. I'll probably throw the Lions in as a 5th pick. Because if this is truly the brand new Lions and they're not same old Lions, brand new Lions, they should win this. They should win this game by a touchdown. I won't say double digits, but they should win this game by a touchdown if they're a true Super Bowl contender.
Well, here's the thing: the Chargers play competitive games with everybody.
I agree. And the Chargers tend to play to their competition.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if the Chargers play the Chiefs. It doesn't matter if the Chargers play the Cardinals. They're gonna be close games. That's just the type of games they play. Granted, I say that, and 3 straight games for them have been double-digit games. They're a team that I don't trust to lay big points with. But as a dog at home, granted,
how do you not?
Home game.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. The Chargers will probably make a teaser because it's over a touchdown. I really think the Lions team probably wins by
the only team that's blown out the Chargers this year is the Chiefs. They won by 14. It's the only team that blew out the Chargers this year. Their other losses by 2 to Miami, in overtime to Tennessee, by 3 to Dallas.
Yeah, so
we could easily be talking about the 7-1 Chargers right now.
You could easily be talking about the 7-1 Lions, but instead,
Yeah, because one of their losses
we should have beat Seattle. The Ravens kicked our ass up and down.
But you can also flip that and the Chiefs as well. They should have lost that game against the Chiefs.
I don't think so, because I went into that game knowing that
if Kadarius Toney can catch a football, we're talking about the 5-3 Lions.
Hey, that was not. Here's the thing about that game: it's not been a fluke. He's been like this all year. So Kadarius Toney's not like. So I don't want to like if he had good games the rest of the year, then I'd say, yeah, they should have bet. He had a bad day. They should have beat us. He's been consistently bad, so no. I think we're the fourth best team in football. Maybe the fifth. Because I'm gonna give you the Ravens. I'm gonna give you
Ravens,
Eagles.
Chiefs.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you the Ravens,
Eagles, Jaguars, Niners.
I'm gonna give you the Ravens. I'm gonna give you the Eagles. I'm gonna give you the Niners. And I think the Bengals are fucking coming, but probably
the
Dallas.
And the Jaguars.
Oh, we're better than the Jaguars. I think so.
I don't know about that. I'd probably take the Jaguars at a pick on it.
This is why it's important for us to keep winning not only the North, but keep winning against shitty teams, because we need home field advantage. I don't want to go to Jacksonville and play, or we wouldn't play a Jacksonville game. But I don't want to go to Dallas and play a playoff game. I don't want to go to San Francisco and play a playoff game. I don't want to go to Philly and play a playoff game. I want to fuck around and find out. And I want the road to the Super Bowl in the NFC to come through Detroit, because then we have a fighting chance.
Right now, if the playoffs were to start, the Detroit Lions would be hosting the Minnesota Vikings. It would be, once again, Cowboys 49ers and awesome. Saints Seahawks. On the AFC side, it'll be the AFC North Invitational. Ravens would be hosting the Bengals. The Jaguars would be hosting the Browns, and the Dolphins would be hosting the Steelers.
I mean, look.
All 4 AFC North teams are in the postseason right now.
Listen, if
we're
in the playoffs, we're in the playoffs.
Yep.
And we're hosting first round. We're hosting Minnesota, right?
You win that game.
We win that game. And by the way, that's our third win against them this year.
And you would probably play the Niners, because I think the Niners would beat the Cowboys.
Right, but it's still in Detroit. That's
the end of the road for Detroit. They play the Niners. That's the end. I still think all paths lead to Eagles Niners.
I'll take the points. If it's in Detroit, I'll take the points.
All paths lead to Eagles Niners in the NFC Championship game.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, I'm just 100%. The NFC is the Eagles and the Niners. I think, though, if the Niners fuck around and they keep losing stupid games like they have the last 3 weeks, we're getting healthy. Our bye weeks was at a perfect time this year. Anything is possible if it's in Detroit. That's all. I don't give the Lions a shot in San Francisco.
You need somebody to upset the Eagles.
Yep, because I need to host. I need the Eagles to lose a couple games out of the equation. But I'll tell you what, the rest of our schedule, I don't want to play Dallas, because I think Dallas, I think that's a loss for us in the next coming weeks. So
yeah, they play in Dallas on December 30th.
The only other game harder than this week against the Chargers is
the Vikings and the Cowboys. You play the Vikings and the Cowboys the last 3 weeks. But looking at it here, I think they lose to the Chargers this weekend. I'm just going to call that a loss for right now. 6-3. They beat the Bears. They beat the Packers. All right. So now we're looking at 8-3. They beat the Saints. I'm not a high on the Saints. 9-3. Yep. They beat the Bears again. 10-3. They beat the Broncos. 11-3. All of a sudden now you're 11-3. You most likely have the division locked up. And if you beat Minnesota, I think the division's locked up by Christmas.
Yep.
And question is, do you play anybody against Dallas? Do you play anybody against?
Because I think
my bad. You don't. My bad. You don't play, or you only play him for like a half or two. Or you only.
I think you play everybody because you want the number. Now you're not playing for the division. You're playing for the.
Now
conference.
you're playing for the number 1 seed. Now it all depends on what the Eagles have done. Yeah.
Let's look at the Eagles schedule coming up. Because
I could see the Lions losing 2 of the last 3 weeks, especially the last week against Minnesota. If they have everything locked up and have no chance at the number 1 seed, and the Vikings are playing for their playoff lives, I could easily see the Vikings win that last game.
Maybe, but the Eagles have the Chiefs. They're on a bye this week. Then they have in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm not going to call that a win or a loss. I'm going to say that's a 50-50 game.
I'm going to say they lose that game.
Okay. So then what are they right now? They're 8-1 right now.
So they're 8-2. They beat Buffalo 9-2.
49ers.
In Philly.
In Philly. Buffalo and Niners.
They win that game. They
lose in Dallas. One of those games.
They lose in Dallas, so they're 10-3. They beat Seattle. And they cakewalked in the last 3 games against the Giants, Cardinals, Giants.
So what's that finish them at?
3 losses, 14-3.
So then they get the number 1 seed. That because right now we can only, if that's the case, we can only lose 1 game.
And that could be this week against the Chargers.
And who would be to have the tiebreaker? I guess that would be conference record. So we might though. Listen, if we both finish with 3 losses. Our conference record would be 6-0. Or not conference record. I'm sorry. Divisional record. So does it go divisional record? Does it go divisional record or conference record? For the tiebreaker.
Conference would be the NFC. I'm assuming it would be conference because it's a 1 seed.
Conference then we should probably have 2 losses in the conference. And they might have 2 losses, so if it goes then to the division, I think we sweep the division. I'm telling you, we could tiebreaker our way into hosting the NFC division conference game.
Very well played.
That's crazy to say. That's fucking nuts. That's nuts. But I'm gonna go through the chat though and see what everybody else thinks about all this shit.
Now that we've gone on a tangent.
Yeah, we went off on a whole ass tangent. 49ers can't lose 4 in a row. Coke out.
No way the Niners lose 4 games in a row.
I said it out loud.
Chance.
I said it out loud. I'm way up here. Hold on.
All right. Jaguars plus 3.5 and plus 152. Lock in that.
Yeah, right.
I will probably be on that if I can get 3.5 at a reasonable juice.
Tim likes Ravens, Vikings, Chargers, Texans, Jets.
I'm not.
Hi,
Tim. I made that mistake last week.
Right. Isn't JJ back? No. He is
not.
Not yet. Not yet. All right, here we go. I'm caught back up. Michigan versus Georgia National Championship. No surprises. I don't think Michigan gets there because I think they lose. I think they get to the playoffs. I think they lose the first game of the playoffs.
I was going to say, I'm going to take it a step forward. Michigan doesn't make the playoffs.
Ohio State.
They lose to Penn State and Ohio State.
Fair enough.
And
seriously, under for sure. Dominate everybody at home. Cleveland's offense sucks bad. That's kind of where I'm at.
I think if you like Baltimore, take them in the first half.
Probably.
They're really good first half, but not full game. And they've won big the last couple of weeks, but as a favorite, Baltimore is not a team I want to back as a big favorite. Especially in division. Division favorites are, yeah.
What do you think about the overs in some hockey? Flames, Leaf, Wild, Sabres?
I did play the over in Buffalo. I played the over in Washington. I played the over in Florida. I played the under in the Vegas game. I played a lot of money lines yesterday. It's totals today.
Okay. Leafs isn't over. I played some college.
Yeah, I lean under in that Leafs game, but I've been burned way too many times with unders in Leafs games.
No, 49ers can't lead. Yeah. Chicago is a bye way. I just found out does this morning, so okay. Jags plus 3. I'm on the Niners.
I like the Jags. I want that 3 and a hook, but I like the Jags.
Yeah, Tim, you can't say the Jets couldn't look worse any worse than
They
they
very
did
well
last
could
week.
get worse.
Hold on. The Jets just heard that, and they said, hold my beer. 6 points, no touchdown. Crazy. Yeah, right. Kansas City next week. Philadelphia is Japan. Jason versus Travis. Oh, Kansas City versus Philly. The Kelsey brothers. Well, it's a rematch of the Super Bowl thingy.
Yep.
That Super Bowl thingy. I'll be with the public and the Ravens. Yeah, right.
And I believe both teams on a bye this week.
Yeah. So plenty of time to prepare, just like Super Bowl. Can I get a Skull Vikings? No, hell no. I'm on a Blazer Ravens money line and under 50-ish. So is that how? I mean, I see the under for sure, and the Ravens. So that's where I'm at. You think Kyler Murray will be able to do anything at the Falcons at -1.5? This is I kind of like the Falcons in this spot. I don't fucking hear Kyler Murray's coming back. He hasn't played football.
Let me
The only football he's played is via his Xbox.
Yeah, real quick, what I got for that game is
stop it. Get some help.
Dude, Atlanta might be a fucking bet. I might have to. There are two question marks on the paper, but
nope. I get it. It's Arizona, but I am not laying points on the road with Atlanta, who has covered 2 spreads this year.
Yeah, they're just as bad. Like, I mean, they're trying to tank for a quarterback.
They're 4-5 this year. They just don't cover numbers.
Desmond, yeah, well, that's what I mean. They're not like Desmond Ritter's not the answer, I don't think. But who knows? Maybe he'll develop. I kind of like the Falcons, but I don't know if anybody should bet it. Chargers money line. That's fair. I understand. I understand if you're betting the line, Chargers. I for real do. Justin Herbert is not making a play. Don't stop. NFC champs. The truth speaks. We appreciate it. Chiefs Bengals Super Bowl win. NFC is not good. I actually think the NFC is better than the AFC.
I would disagree.
Why?
The top of the AFC is better than the top of the NFC. I would rather take. I would rather have, if I had to bet just AFC versus NFC money line for whatever Super Bowl matchup, and you're telling me my options could be the Ravens, the Browns, the Bengals, the Jaguars, and the Chiefs. And you could throw the Bills and Dolphins in there too, or Eagles, Lions, Niners.
Hey,
give me the AFC all day long.
Defense wins Super Bowls. Fat guys win Super Bowls. This running gun shit ain't gonna work.
Defense wins Super Bowl. All right, let's take a look at the top defenses in the league right now, which I believe because covers
Baltimore. Baltimore, I would be scared of. That's the only team in the NFC. Honestly, the Chiefs are beatable. The Dolphins are obviously beatable.
Yes.
Everybody in the AFC South is beatable. Anybody in the AFC West is beatable. On any given day, the AFC East is the most inconsistent division ever. But Baltimore looks like world beaters. They look bad, They look bad. Defense, best defense in the team. I mean, they look old Baltimore Ravens team. They look good.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm trying to find stats for points per game against.
I've already finished the storyline, Joe. New Call of Duty. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bet the Falcons. New Call of Duty just dropped today. What do you think Kyler Murray is doing right now in preparation for this home game? Till 5 a.m. every morning. Thoughts on Vikings Seahawks teaser? Absolutely.
I don't hate it. I would have preferred the it's going to sound weird. I would have preferred the Seahawks in a teaser if they were 7.5, not 6.5. I would have gotten the most bang for my buck, and gotten it down through the 7, 6, 4, and 3.
Yeah, now you're just taking it basically down through the 3. You're just taking it at money line. Seahawks. Vikings up. Seahawks. Probably a few other things, actually. Oh, here. Tim's college. Tex can't stop. We shouldn't stop talking about Texas. They're the best one-loss team, in my opinion.
They are not the best one-loss team.
Who? Oregon?
Yes.
That's your only argument for real. I mean, anybody is Oregon or Texas because and Washington's overrated at 9-0. I think Florida State, I think, is a fucking real deal. I know everybody thinks I'm crazy, but I think Florida State's gonna fuck around and find out.
Well, we think you're crazy, but that's for other reasons.
That's true. Oh yeah, it took me like a half hour to download the whole game. Alan Wake, 2 blood effects, crazy cool. Michigan will prove you both wrong. Harbaugh hasn't outcoached anybody ever. I'm just saying. Texas A&M, Ohio State basketball. We didn't talk any really college basketball.
Yeah. That game is spot on for me, power ranking wise. I know Tim likes, I think, Ohio State as a system play because it's an unranked home favorite or pick 'em against a ranked dog. So Tim's going to tell you Ohio State for that game.
Tim's going to tell us that. All right.
So one last NFL question before we head on out.
Mm-hmm.
And this is me being a little selfish as a fan here. What are the odds you take 17 points with the Giants this weekend?
So we didn't talk about that game at all. Okay. And,
no, this game has no reason to be talked about.
Right.
But the Cowboys are 17-point favorites against the Giants this weekend. Is there any chance we look at the points at all? My numbers have value on the Giants. I want nothing to do with the Giants.
I mean, listen, I hate to say this, but I might add him in a teaser to get him through 21 because 3 fucking touchdowns. You're still an NFL team. Like, man, the up.
I think if you like the Giants, you take the under. I think that's the way.
Here's the thing: is Tim's probably right. Cowboys by 30. Right? They probably win this fucking game like 33-6 or something.
Oh, absolutely. You know what I mean? They can easily do that.
And they cover the teaser. I don't.
But imagine this: the Cowboys are up 20 points late. Tommy DeVito goes down as time expires, scores a touchdown. Everybody celebrates as they backdoor cover. I might end up on the Giants plus the points.
How many people do you think are gonna? I mean, it's a divisional game. I mean, you 9 times out of 10,
you're laying 17. So
9 times out of 10, they split the game. Like
it's dogger pass. It's dogger pass for me. That's it.
And
I just wanted to bring that up because it's a ridiculous number.
Are the Giants going to tank for a quarterback?
They should. Caleb Williams is going to look good in Giants blue next year.
I think that's against his gang colors. I don't know. Cowboys pull a Cardinals game again.
Maybe.
Are they though? Are they though? Will they even let him throw the ball? That's how they win.
Saquon rushing props.
That's how they win is going to be dink and dunk, 5-yard pass, screen yard pass, run. Keep Dallas off the field. It's not that anybody's scared of Dallas's offense, to be clear. You just have to.
I was going to say, who's scared of Dakota there?
Right? Yeah. Dax. With an S. Because he's a bitch. That's going to wrap it up for us. I'm done.
We're done.
All right. Take care, folks. I'll be here Monday, 1 o'clock Eastern. Have a good weekend. Good luck, unless you're against me. Take care. Go Lions.